get set. Where them haters, where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts. This is my second take on this video because I watched the first one and I looked like I lost my damn mind. Because I did lose my damn mind. Because I can't really express my opinion on this situation without sounding like the biggest jerk on earth. Because I know people are going to they're probably still going to misunderstand what I'm trying to say and how I'm trying to say it. So just bear with me, okay? First of all, I got 3 points. Number one, this is not some kind of unique to black people thing. It's not. There's video footage of an elderly couple walking through the streets of Venezuela. They get knocked down. Someone knocks down the wife, and the husband has to hit at the assailants with a cane in order to protect himself and his wife. They are both very elderly. So that right there in and of itself is proof that this is not a unique to black people thing. But I don't say this to try to excuse away black violence. I say this because I don't want people thinking that if they can retreat to an area where everybody's all the same color, that violence is going to go away. It's not going to go away because there are violent people in all aspects of society, and you have to learn how to protect yourself from them. That's why you should take a martial arts class. That is why I train in martial arts. Second of all, the people who fought the folks for recording the video of the assault on the New York subway that was done where a man who was 36 kicked a 78-year-old black woman in the head. Both people were black. And we assume that the people standing around watching it were black. There are a couple of reasons why they may not want to get involved and why they may prefer to record. One reason is if you intervene in a violent situation, you can end up going to jail. Yes, you can. Case in point, there is a case, you can look for this on YouTube. If you know who Colin Flaherty is, he covered this on his channel. A young white male caught a pedophile violating a child. So, I mean, you think that would be carte blanche right there to go upside the pedophile's head and hold him until the police come. But no, the pedophile got charged, and the young white male who attacked the pedophile got charged. So the young white male is being accused of assault because he caught a pedophile in the act of pedophiling, and he committed a crime in the eyes of the law. That's one reason why a lot of people may not intervene. Another reason why people may not intervene is because of their own safety, their own self-interest. Like it or not, right or wrong, if someone is wicked enough to kick an old woman in the head, he may be wicked enough to stab you if you so much as say, hey, don't kick that old woman in the head. He may be wicked enough to stab you if you say, hey, don't kick that woman in the head. The people who were filming that thing sound pretty young. He's probably got a lot more strength and size and violence experience than any one of those people who were recording that video. So, and again, if all the people who were recording the video had jumped him, when the police come, what are the police going to see? They're going to see a bunch of youths jumping on somebody who's almost 40. They may start shooting the youth. Okay? Second point, well, this is that's one, two. Actually, yes, third point. A lot of people don't intervene or they can't intervene because they don't know how. We are not automatically equipped to be warriors just because we are men. You may think that this is a traditional male thing, but we don't live in a traditional society anymore. Maybe when you grew up, you knew a lot of men who would fight, but probably when you were younger, there were a lot of people who had been in World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. There was a time when, especially in the black community, military service was very common. Nowadays, according to a video I saw this morning, only 24% of the population that is considered to be of fighting crime, fighting AIDS in the United States is even eligible to be in the Army. That coupled with this massive feminization, massive attack on masculinity, okay, like it or not, the rise of homes where you don't have dads in them. Who is there to teach the boys to be warriors? I'm not saying a woman can't teach a man to be a strong, responsible young man, law-abiding young man. I was raised without my dad. Okay? So they can teach you to be responsible. But in terms of who's going to teach you how to fight, no. I can tell you as a martial artist. Now, my mother, I figured out later, knew karate. She could guide me, and she gave a lot of the tips she gave me, I used up until I was in my 40s. Even some of the people she said I should study with, she ain't had their names right. I subconsciously tracked them down and got some training from them. But there's no way she would have been able to go to the mat with me. There's no way she would have been able to fully train me in Taekwondo, even though she did help me learn how to do jump kicks. But she's not going to be able to spar with me. That's not a mommy job. That's a daddy job. Okay? And I learned about fighting and things from martial arts instructors. You need to put your children in martial arts classes. Look at it like this. If you want there to be men to protect you when you're older, then all the boys that are around you, and the girls too, for that matter, you need to put them in martial arts classes right now so that when they grow up, they have enough training and fighting spirit to protect you. Because not every man in the world knows how to deal with knife disarms, knows how to deal with the club coming after him, knows how to deal with the gun disarm. A lot of us think we do. A lot of us like to talk tough. A lot of us like to act like we know how to fight, but we really don't. It's just ego. Don't pay attention to that. Get some training. Now, if you are older, if you are in a vulnerable population, a lot of times when I go talk to older people, you look at me like I'm crazy because I'm suggesting that you be in a martial arts class. I'm not some weirdo who's just trying to get people in this class, despite how I look on this channel. I firmly believe that nobody's going to save you. I believe we live in a world that's getting more and more callous. And even though you should not have to defend yourself in your golden years, you may have to defend yourself in your golden years because people are losing their minds. People are losing respect. The barriers are not there. So you're going to have to protect yourself, or at least be able to fend yourself off until help can arrive. But I really don't think you should expect other people to protect you. Even if you're an old lady, even if you're a woman. Should they protect you? You damn right they should be protecting you. But they're not. You can't depend on that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to learn how to protect yourself. And if you're in the DC area, there are plenty of schools and instructors that you can learn from. If you're near me, you can come to my class. I have from. And I'm not a crazy instructor. I'm not going to try to push you beyond what you're capable of. I will increase what you're capable of, but I'll respect you and I'll respect your limits. But in time, you will learn. And if you just don't have it physically to defend yourself unarmed, there are plenty of weapons that you can use that you can carry, like a Kubaton. I may link to the channel below where I know a martial artist that has a Kubaton system. You can learn that. In Maryland, you can carry a knife on you that's shorter than 4 inches. Now, I want to close with this. It was an old man when I was little who told me that I need to be able to defend myself when I'm old. He got attacked. This was back in this age where everybody swears all this respect existed. There's always been people like this. It just didn't get on the news. We didn't have these, so people didn't know. Okay? He had to defend himself against 3 hoodlums. He was able to do so because he had martial arts training and he had a straight razor. So I want you to think about that. It was definitely taboo for him to defend himself back then. I mean, for them to attack him back then. And they still did it anyway. And do you know what he told me? I must have been about 7 or 8 years old when he told me this. I'll never forget this. He told me that there was an officer who actually wanted to arrest him because he cut those boys that were trying to rob him. Fortunately for him, there was another officer on the scene who told his partner I will not arrest this man for protecting himself. So I want you to think about that. The next time you're wondering why this stuff has happened, it's because violence is a fact of life. And what you need to do is don't depend on other people to protect you, even though they should. You need to protect yourself, and the best way you can protect yourself is to sign up for a martial arts class. You sign up for the martial arts class, and then you put your weapons training on top of that. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people that talk about the martial arts, and peace.